Inefficient manual processes are killing team productivity. Most founders are running teams built for a world that no longer exists.
In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how smart founders are building high-performing hybrid teams that combine human expertise with AI capabilities. If we haven't met, I'm Johnny Nell. Over the years, I've spent time building businesses across multiple countries and industries, partnering with founders and CEOs to help address the challenges of starting, building, and growing businesses online. But I'm not here to talk about me. I'm here to help you. Right now, growth might feel like more anxiety, more complexity, and less time for what matters most. The future isn't about having the biggest teams. It's about staying agile, lean, and adaptive. So let's address what you could be potentially experiencing right now. Your team is stretched thin. Every day brings new technologies, new challenges, and mounting pressure to keep up. You're watching your competitors adopt AI tools while trying to figure out how to maintain your team's productivity without losing the human element that makes your business unique. These are concerns that prominently stand out in the marketplace right now. Things like, we are already stretched thin. How do we add AI to the mix? It feels like there's always something new to learn. Or how do we ensure making the right investments is good for us and good for where the business is right now? The truth is though, traditional team structures are crumbling under the weight of modern business demands, and here's why. Firstly, they are too rigid for rapid market changes. Secondly, they create unnecessary complexity. Thirdly, they waste resources on tasks that could be automated. They're building around outdated workflows. And lastly, they struggle to integrate new technologies effectively. But here's what's really the problem. It's not just about efficiency. It's about survival. A lot of these fears stem from anxiety about falling behind, fear of becoming obsolete in a fast-changing AI world and environment, constant need for innovation without a clear roadmap, pressures to keep operational costs low while scaling. These aren't just concerns. They are critical warning signs that your team structure needs to evolve. Here's what agile founders understand. The future isn't about choosing between human teams and AI. It's about building integrated, intelligent teams that combine the best of both. Smart founders are focusing on these core areas. Firstly, they have team structure transformation in place. The old way of running teams like a military operation is completely dead. What works now is fluid team structures that can adapt as fast as the market changes. What does it look like practically? Completely restructure your team from traditional departments into what we call outcome pods. For example, instead of having a marketing department, a sales department, etc., create cross-functional teams focused on specific business outcomes. Here's what's fascinating about this. These pods combine human expertise with AI capabilities. For example, one pod might focus entirely on customer experience. The team members focus on complex problem solving and relationship building while the AI handles the repetitive tasks. This isn't just more efficient. It's creating better outcomes for both employees and your clients. Second, let's talk about skill development, because this is where most founders get it wrong. The old approach of hiring specialized skills doesn't work anymore. What I'm seeing work is building teams with what we call adaptive intelligence. This means your team members need to understand both human dynamics and AI capabilities. It's not about learning specific tools. It's about developing the ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn as technology evolves. The founders who get this are creating learning systems within their organizations, not just training programs. Thirdly, and this is crucial, we call it the operational framework. This is where theory meets the reality. What's working right now is what we call the integrated operations model. Think of it as the operating system for your hybrid team. Here's what this looks like in practice. You need clear data governance policies that protect your business while enabling AI integration. You need new metrics that actually matter in this era, not just productivity metrics, but intelligence metrics. So how well is your team leveraging AI? How effectively are they combining human insight with AI capabilities? For example, you don't want to go and incentivize the wrong behaviors like task completed when you should have been measuring impact delivered. The key here is building scalable processes that reduce complexity rather than add to it. Every process you implement should make your team more effective while requiring less effort, time, and revenue. And if it doesn't do it, it's not worth implementing, in my opinion. What's fascinating about these three areas is how they interconnect. You can't transform your team's structure without developing new skills. And you can't develop new skills without the right operational framework. And you can't build the right operational framework without understanding how your team structure needs to work. Let me share with you exactly how you could implement these changes if you choose to. I've broken this down into 3 phases that I've seen work for us, and I trust that once implemented correctly, could have an opportunity to work for you too. So we call phase 1 assessment. This is where most founders rush. Proper assessment isn't just about looking at what's broken. It's about understanding your team's full potential in combination with AI. Here's how you can do this. Start by conducting a capability audit. This isn't your standard skills assessment. You're looking for 3 specific things. First, map out where your team spends the energy, not just their time, but their actual mental bandwidth. Secondly, look for automation opportunities with impact. Most founders make the mistake of trying to automate everything at once instead of identifying the process where automation would directly improve either their team performance or their client experiences. For example, if you find that your team is spending 3 hours daily just organizing and prioritizing customer feedback, by automating this process, they're not only saving time, but actually increasing their response quality because they could focus on understanding and acting on the feedback instead of just organizing it. Thirdly, and this is crucial, identify your human critical activities. These are tasks that absolutely require human judgment, creativity, or emotional intelligence. You need to prioritize these areas as you move forward. Then phase 2, integration. This is where theory meets reality. And it's where most transformation efforts either succeed or fail. The key here is structured, strategic implementation. Allow me to share a framework that's worked well for us and that you could potentially look at incorporating yourself. We call it the low risk, high impact integration, and here's how it works. Start with what I call isolated implementation zones. Choose one area of your business where you can test new systems without risking core operations. This could start with your internal processes before moving over to client-related ones. Next, you want to focus on tools that solve immediate pains within your organization. I'm not talking about adopting AI for AI's sake, but what most founders are missing is intelligence within their integrations. It's not just about the tools, it's about building capability confidence. Your team needs comprehensive training and support, but not in the way that most people think. We are not just teaching how to use these tools. We are developing judgment about when and how to use these tools effectively. Then phase 3, optimization. This is where founders either build sustainable growth or watch their progress fade away. Optimization isn't a one-time thing. It's a continuous process of refinement and improvement. First, you need to establish what we call high performance indicators, or HPIs. These are different from KPIs because they measure both human and AI performance, and more importantly, how well they work together. For example, don't just track customer response times, but also track resolution quality scores, which combines the speed, accuracy, and client satisfaction. This will give you a real picture of how well your hybrid team is performing. Then you need to build in regular review cycles. But the key here is you're not just reviewing performance metrics, you're looking for integrational insights, patterns that show you how your human team and AI team are working together, where there's friction and where there are unexpected opportunities. This could be in the form of weekly sessions where you specifically discuss human AI interaction and identify areas for optimization. The power of this three-phase approach is that it creates opportunities for sustainable transformation. You're not just changing tools or processes, you're building a team that can actually continuously evolve and improve as technology advances. A few mistakes to avoid here is rushing the implementation without proper training, focusing on technology before strategy, neglecting the human element in this transformation, failing to communicate the vision clearly to your team. So here's what you could do right now that could help you begin to implement this today. First, you need to audit your team's current structure, but this isn't your typical org chart review. What I want you to do is to create what we call a value flow map. Take a sheet of paper and map out where your team's most valuable skills are being used. Look specifically for these three things. Where are your high performers spending the most of their time? Where are bottlenecks occurring? And most importantly, where are you seeing the highest impact on your business's outcomes? Secondly, identify low-risk areas for AI integrations. This is crucial, and here's why. Most founders try to transform everything at once. Instead, look for a proof point process, something important enough to matter, but contained enough to control. Here's what to look for. Choose a process that's repetitive, time-consuming, but not critical to daily operations. Think of meeting summaries, data organization, data analyzation, or internal communications. These areas give you room to experiment without risking core business functions. Thirdly, you need to create your hybrid team development roadmap. This is where most founders get stuck. So allow me to share with you a practical framework that could potentially help. Start by asking these three questions. Where is your team spending the most of their time on repetitive tasks? Which areas of your business need more human creativity and strategic thinking? Where are current bottlenecks in your decision making? Once you've identified all of that, you can use those answers to create an integration plan. Break it down into sprints. The first sprint could be for learning and small wins. The second could be for expanding what works, and the third could be for measuring and optimizing results. Remember that you need to establish your new performance metrics, and this is where traditional thinking can hold you back. Instead of just tracking old metrics, remember to create hybrid success indicators. And don't forget that these combine traditional metrics with new ones that matter in an AI integrated environment. For example, don't just track how many tasks your team completes. Track the complexity of the problems that they're solving and the impact of those solutions. Here's an additional quick framework for the metrics. Think of efficiency metrics. How well are you reducing repetitive work? Think of impact metrics. Are you solving higher value problems? Think of learning metrics. How quickly is your team adopting to new capabilities? Integration metrics. How effectively are your human and AI capabilities combining within the organization? Take these 4 steps in order and you'll be well on your way to establishing a future-ready team. Remember, the goal isn't to add AI to your existing structure. It's to create a more intelligent, adaptive, and effective organizational environment. As we're closing off here, remember that the end of traditional teams isn't a threat. It's an opportunity to build something better. The future belongs to founders who can build, manage hybrid teams that combine human creativity and intelligence with AI capabilities. The reality is, building the future of business isn't something you should do alone. Every founder is facing or going to face these challenges right now or later down the line. That's why we created a private community at no cost where founders like you can openly share your transformation journey. It's a space where we all discuss real challenges, share practical solutions, and support each other through the shift to integrated intelligence. Right now, access the community at no cost by clicking the link in the description. We're excited to hear your journey. See you there.